Hey, Wings fans, welcome to today's edition of the Forecheck from right here at Little Caesars Arena. We're live. Ken Kal is joining me. I'm Daniella Bruce. We've got an exciting day game today. These are always so much fun. San Jose Sharks are in town. They're on the second game of a back-to-back. Tough loss for them in Columbus last night, but we're going to talk more about them later. Perhaps the biggest news today, Red Wings fans are all excited to see Filip Zadina up. This will be his first NHL game, making his debut. It's going to be a big one. Let's kick things off with Carly Johnston. She was in the locker room yesterday at practice.
Yeah, it was an awesome practice. Two new faces out on the ice and around the locker room. We welcomed Madison Bowey, and then Filip Sadena will be making his debut today, so an awesome game ahead. We talked to the guys to see what they had to say about this game against the Sharks.
I mean, I have to impress them for the next season. So it's probably now that I'm going back after the 9 games, but it means nothing for me. I'm just going here, have fun, and then just play my hockey, play my best, and we'll see if they will like me. They'll probably keep me in the next season, or it's just about having fun right now. It's 9 games, so I mean I'm kind of nervous about it. Like the game tomorrow, it's the first NHL game. I guess every single player was nervous a little bit, but I'm not like under pressure or something. I'm just kind of nervous. It's probably like naturally, and I don't know. I just go and have fun tomorrow.
Part of this is seeing where he's at. How ready is he for some of these things? For the long term for this organization, where is he at? So, and by long term, I mean next year. So putting him on the power play there it gives him an opportunity to showcase what I think one of his best attributes are. He's played different spots over in GR. He's played on that flank. He's played on the opposite flank, where he's more on his forehand side. He's played in the middle, where I've seen him be his best is shooting the one-timers on that side. So I'm hoping he can shoot a few in the net.
Really looking forward to what Zadina's going to bring to the table tonight on the ice. Back to you guys.
All right, Ken, you heard Coach Blashill talking there, saying he wants to see where Zadina's at, kind of see how he's developed in Grand Rapids. What do you think he's looking for specifically?
Well, I think they're thinking that he wants to see how he's going to be at the NHL level. And I think a lot of fans were disappointed in the fact that he didn't make the team out of training camp. But with that said, he's 19 years old and he needs a little bit of adjustment, and he learns how to play the pro game. And the only way to do that, Daniela, is to play in the American Hockey League in all different types of situations. Lately, he's been really playing well. 45 games, 15 goals, 16 assists for 31 points. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits with this Red Wing team. He's only going to play 9 games.
And what do you think about the decision to have him on the line with Vanek and Glendening?
I think it's a good fit for him. It's not throwing him right back on the first line and putting all the pressure on him. And I think with young players, even though he's highly skilled, you need to ease him into the lineup. Now, with that said, if he plays well today, then obviously the next game you can move him up.
All right, and the next game, we're going to see another new face on the ice. Madison Bowey will not be in the lineup tonight, but Blashill said they planned for Tuesday, just kind of wanted to let him settle in a little bit and get to know the Red Wings game plan. And what do you think he's going to do for this team?
Well, he's a young guy, first and foremost, Daniela. He's 23 years old, and I think the management's going to give him the old eyeball test. And what I mean by that is they're going to watch and see how he performs out onto the ice, and they want to figure out how is he going to fit in this defensive core with Detroit in the future. And again, it has nothing really to do with this year. It's a long-term situation. So yeah, they want to keep an eye on him. They want to see how he plays. And then from this year moves into next year, and he'll get older and more experienced.
And Coach Blashill had mentioned that he hadn't quite found his niche yet. He, as in Madison Bowey, hadn't quite found that in Washington. So do you think that's something he can do here, kind of find that way, that path?
Absolutely. And, with the veterans on the team, especially guys like Cronwall this year, he'll learn a lot. And it's all about a learning, maturation, progress. And what happens is defensemen that come into the National Hockey League really don't reach their peak until about 26, 27 years old. So we mentioned he's 23 years old, and he'll have time to develop here in Detroit.
And speaking of defensemen, let's get talking some San Jose Sharks. Now, they have a high-power offense. They score over 3.5 goals per game on average, but they've got 2 defensemen that are up there at the top for producing assists. Erik Karlsson and Brent Burns, two huge assets to this team.
Let's first talk and focus about Erik Karlsson. He's everything for the San Jose Sharks. The only issue with him is he only played 10 and change yesterday in that 4-0 loss, and he tweaked his groin again, so he's questionable whether or not he's going to play in this hockey game tonight or this afternoon. But Brent Burns, he's the real deal back there on the blue line. Here's a guy who's big and strong, and he's a point-per-game player, and you always have to watch with him, kind of like Suter the other night. He's going to be out there all the time, so you got to keep an eye on him.
Definitely. And let's talk our offense, specifically Dylan Larkin. He's been playing great. He's got his 200th point logged. He is at 26 goals on the season. Just talk about his leadership on this team and what he means to the Red Wings.
He's got the heart of a lion, Daniela, and he played 21:51 of ice time in the last game. And he's just one of those guys that's going to compete hard each and every shift out onto the ice. And I think for some of the young guys, and he's only 22 years old, they can learn from him. A guy like Philip Sadena, who's going to be playing in the hockey game tonight. Watch Dylan Larkin. Watch how he plays. And that's what you have to do in the NHL. You have to bring it each and every game. Dylan Larkin's the guy that you want to watch.
And Ken, off camera, you had mentioned to me that you think the rest of the centers on this team, the other forwards, need to step it up. Is that your key to tonight's game?
It certainly is. And the thing about it is the top line over the last couple of games have been really providing the workhorse ability offensively for Detroit. And Jeff Blashill, after the game, said, you know, all the other center icemen, all the other players on the other lines need to take accountability, and they need to step it up and really perform well. It just can't be one guy doing it all like Dylan Larkin, the rest of his line mates. And, you know, if all the lines can do that, then they'll be in good shape here this afternoon. But this is a tough team. San Jose's not going to be happy about what happened last night.
Oh, yeah, yes. They lost 4-0, so they're going to come out on fire. You guys won't want to miss it, though. We've got a really fun day game. They're always a blast. Very family-friendly. We've got some face painters down here. And, guys, you can bring your kids. This is a little piggy bank giveaway, and this will be to the first 2,500 kids under 12. So bring the kids down. Always a lot of fun. But if you can't, you can catch the game live on Fox Sports Detroit, or of course tune in to 97.1 The Ticket with your very own Ken Kale. Ken, as always, thanks for being here.
Always fun.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.